Anime Last Stand, a game that once ranked among the elites until it plummeted to below 10,000 concurrent users. It had been written out as a game that had completed its life cycle. Updates took longer, updates had less or worse content, becoming a game that would only live on in our memories alone. Till one day, September 11th, 2025, it would all change. Brandon the boss would have a realization that something must change if Anime Last Stand wanted to survive after releasing the worst update in its history, the Alchemy Trials, an update full of underdeveloped units, reused slop, and an overall lack of care. Brandon realized that he could not release this underdeveloped slop any longer. Therefore, he made the tough decision to fire the director of the game, CalebTheDev. While an overall good guy, he just didn't have the care or drive that the game was needing. He was content. Therefore, Brandon decided to replace him with someone who wanted it more, someone who had the same vision as he himself had. Former Anime Last Stand dev, Caleb. This single decision would turn out to be the best thing to ever happen to Anime Last Stand, as Caleb immediately stepped up, releasing the Demon Slayer update. An update which brought pride in ancient vampire godly souls, buffing 2 previously forgotten about units, the final expedition game mode, and many quality of life features, including glitch pity potions, Ichor Vial pity, unit DPS stats, and units keeping their level when evolving. This update felt like Caleb's attempt to rewrite the wrongs of CalebTheDev by bringing a more community-focused approach, which the game had recently lacked. However, one good update doesn't immediately make him the savior of Anime Last Stand. He still had more to prove, which he did when he immediately followed this with the Naruto Will of Fire update, bringing along a new godly, Naruto Will of Fire. But this godly was different than all the others because even after you unlocked the godly, you weren't done. There's a secret questline to unlock its true form, with the questline's premise being directly related to the character and anime he is in. As you unlock Naruto Baryon mode when you are done on your final stock with no hope against Ishiki, and with Kurama by your side, use your ultimate ability, showing the time, effort, and thought put into this update. And although these updates didn't amount to immediate user increases, anyone who played the game at the time, including myself, could realize the tone shift, a feeling of love and care for this game that had not been seen in a long while. This tone shift is mainly due to the work put in by the amazing, caring dev team and their implementation of transparency and user ideas, as almost every update has units and features voted on by the Discord members. This tone shift was eventually noticed by the greater Roblox community when they released the Halloween Part 1 update, boosting the user count from below 10,000 to well over 60,000, making Anime Last Stand one of the top names in the anime Roblox community yet again. However, that was not enough for Brandon and Caleb. They didn't want to be one of the top names, they wanted to be the top name. Therefore, they decided that instead of quickly releasing an update to capitalize on their user growth and make a little bit of profit, to instead take their time on this update, pushing back the release so that this update would be up to par with the standards they had set for themselves. This decision worked immensely in their favor, as Anime Last Stand users skyrocketed, over doubling in size, getting over 150,000 concurrent users, shattering their previous record of roughly 120,000. A feat that didn't just cement them as the best tower defense game on Roblox, but also a top 10 highest played game on the Roblox charts. In the span of less than 3 weeks, Anime Last Stand grew its user count over 15x, rebirthing like a phoenix rising from the ashes under the power of 2 main people. The boss, Brandon, who knew what all the smartest people in the world must know, the thing that every great leader has to know when what they are doing is wrong, when they've made a mistake, realizing that change is needed and that they have to implement it, which Caleb did perfectly. The other person, the change himself, director of Anime Last Stand, Caleb, who brought the love, quality, care, and most importantly, community engagement back to Anime Last Stand, being a game not created by just a dev team, but a game created by us, the people, for us, the people, becoming more than just users, becoming a community. Now, if Anime Last Stand were to fail again, I'm confident that under this leadership, it should be able to rise anew. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Goodbye.